Welcome to lecture series on electrical power generation and utilization. Now in this lecture, we will discuss about how power plants are classified, what are the main difference between conventional and non-conventional energy sources, and also we discuss about few more topics related to power plants. Economic growth of the country largely depends upon the per capita consumption of electrical energy. Means the growth of a country is largely depends upon how much annual electrical energy consumed by an individual. If in a country the individual consumption of kilowatt hour is more, then we can easily figure out that the country's GDP is very high. We cannot see a linear relationship between energy consumption and GDP growth, but these two terms are well correlated. Just pause the video and look into the chart where different countries like China, India, Japan, Russia, United States, and UK. There you can see a clear correlation between energy consumed per year by an individual versus GDP growth of a country. Among these countries, you can clearly see that the US is in the top place with highest per capita consumption of electric energy. You can also watch in the slide how the per capita consumption of energy versus GDP growth has changed from 1990 to 2015. Just pause a while and look over the chart. But the developing countries like India, the average annual change in electrical use per capita is around 3 to 5%, and at the same time, the GDP growth is around near to 5%. Why people are interested to use electrical energy? What are the reasons behind the electric energy to be a superior form? Now we will look into it. It can be easily converted from one form to other. So convenient in the sense here is converting any form of energy into electrical energy is convenient. Easy control. Control of electric energy is easy compared to various energy resources. Nowadays, usually the control of electrical energy is mostly done by using power electronic equipments. These power electronic equipments like DC-DC chopper, inverters, AC voltage regulators can be used for the precise control of electric energy. More flexibility in transmission. The electric energy can be transmitted from one place to another place with more flexible way. We generally use transmission lines for transmission of energy from power plants which are generally very far from the load centers. Though losses incurred in the transmission, but electrical energy is more flexible compared to various energy sources for transmitting the energy in longer distances. Cleanliness. Not in a point of view of power generation here, but cleanliness in the sense here is at the time of usage. At the time of using electrical energy, there will be no sound pollution, smoke, or we cannot expect a poisonous gases too, where it can usually found when we use some other energy sources. And the next point is high transmission efficiency. So these are the limited few points that we discussed here. There are many points that validate the superiority of electric energy compared to various other energy resources. Now we will see a basic block diagram of power generation. First, for rotating the prime mover, we have to take help from any of the energy sources. Depending upon the energy sources, the name and operation of the power plant will be differ. Here in the first part, the energy which was extracted from the energy sources will be projected towards the prime mover. The shaft of the prime mover will be coupled to the alternator. When the prime mover rotates by taking the energy from the energy sources, this mechanical energy which was developed in the prime mover is transmitted by the shaft, which was coupled to the alternator. As the alternator input is mechanical energy which was supplied by prime mover, and the prime mover is connected to the rotor part of the alternator. And from the stator part of the alternator, we will get output in the form of electrical energy. And the wires from the alternator RYB are now ready to transmit the electrical power from generated side. So this is a basic building block of a power generation. Depending upon the energy sources, the name and operation of power plant, type of turbines used in the power plant, type of alternators, and many more things will going to be changed from plant to plant. First, we will look into the classification of different power plants. Power plants are classified in following ways: based on source of energy, based on forms of energy, based on existence over a period of time, based on load on the system. Now we will discuss them one by one. The sun. We will discuss 3 to 4 important points here. The sun is the main source of solar energy. The main advantage here is It is a renewable form of energy and can be placed at distribution side, so the transmission losses can be reduced. And the main disadvantage here is the power generation is not constant and widely depends upon the irradiance of sunlight. The sunlight's photon energy is converted into electrical energy. When the sunlight hits on a PV panel, the PV panel delivers DC power and it will charge the battery via charge controller. And the DC battery is connected to the inverter. Now the inverter converts DC power to AC power. And from that, we transmit AC power to the loads. This is the main block diagram of PV generation or photovoltaic generation. Wind energy. Wind power or wind energy is the use of wind to provide the mechanical power through wind turbines to turn electric generators. Here the generators we use is asynchronous generators and more particularly induction generators. It is one form of renewable source derived from solar energy. The main disadvantage of wind energy is we cannot expect a reliable power supply because it is largely depends upon wind. And also it incurs more noise pollution. Can't be a good sign for environmental aspect. Hydropower. Hydropower or water power harness the power of water in motion into mechanical energy. And in turn, this mechanical energy is converted to electrical energy by means of an alternator. There are various forms of water power: ocean waves, ocean tides, waterfalls from high mountains, hydro dams constructed across the rivers, etc. The main advantage of this type of source is non-exhaustible and can be used for many years. The next one is fuels. Fuels are classified into two types. First one is solid fuels. Example for the solid fuels is coal, and next one is liquid fuels. These liquid fuels are generally extracted from the earth. Example for the liquid fuels are diesel. We will learn more about the solid fuels like coal in our upcoming lectures of thermal power plant. Next one is nuclear energy or atomic energy from uranium and thorium. Generally, nuclear power plants use process of nuclear fission in order to generate electricity. Here in the nuclear power plants, after the nuclear fission of radioactive elements like uranium and thorium, the heat will be generated in the reactor. This heat can be utilized to convert water into steam, and the steam projected towards the turbine, and the turbine will rotate now. As the turbine shaft is coupled to the generator generates the electrical energy. In an overall, based on source of energy, power plants are classified as solar energy, wind power, hydropower, fuels, and nuclear energy. And our next topic is classification of power plants based on different forms of energy. These topics will be relatively same, so I will just give you the outline for this type. Based on forms of energy, the first topic is pressure head of the water. Using the pressure head of the water by constructing the dams across the rivers, and then we can use this potential energy to generate the electricity. Chemical energy from batteries. Batteries which stores the chemical energy and converts into electrical energy. This reaction usually involves flow of electrons from one electrode to another electrode through an external circuit. This flow of electrons or current will be provided to the load. Chemical energy from fuels. Chemical energy from fuels mainly involves chemical energy obtained from coal and petroleum products. And other forms of energy where we already discussed about these: nuclear energy of radioactive elements, light energy from sun, and kinetic energy from wind. So in broad, the forms of energy are pressure head of water, chemical energy from batteries and fuels, and nuclear energy from radioactive elements, and light energy from sun, and kinetic energy from wind. Next classification of power plants are based on existence over a period of time. This can be classified as conventional and non-conventional energy sources, where conventional means these energy sources we are using from long time ago. For example, conventional plants like thermal, nuclear, hydro, gas, diesel, etc. We are utilizing these energy sources for generation of power for longer times. Non-conventional energy sources are energy sources where we started using them from recently. For example, plants like solar, wind, biomass, etc. We started utilize these energy sources for generation of power from few years back. These plants are non-traditional plants. Conventional plants, except for hydro, the maintenance cost is more because of relative cost of raw materials needed for generating of power. Non-conventional plants need less maintenance because the input raw material cost is negligible, as most of the non-conventional plants are renewable and easily available from environment. The raw materials like coal, diesel, nuclear elements can be easily exhaustible over the years. Means the raw material availability is going to be decreased as the number of years progress. Whereas for non-conventional energy sources like solar, wind, etc. cannot be easily exhaustible and will be available even in upcoming years. By using conventional energy sources, we can generate bulk amount of power. But by using non-conventional energy sources, we cannot generate bulk amount of power. In conventional energy sources, we use synchronous generators for generating of electrical energy. But in non-conventional energy sources, we use asynchronous generators or variable speed generators for generating the power. Conventional energy sources are not environmental friendly. They have a chances of nuclear disasters, pollutions, flue gases, many things which are not a environmental friendly manner. Whereas non-conventional energy sources are environmental friendly. These are the broad discussion points on classification of power plants based on existence over a period of time. And the last classification of power plants is based on load on the system. Plant loads are divided into two types, base load and peak load. Where base loads are constant loads, they do not fluctuate. Thermal, nuclear, hydro are the type of power plants which supplies to the base loads. So these plants are said to be base load plants. Peak load plants are variable in nature. They change in sudden. Plants like small hydro, gas, diesel delivers powers to these type of variable loads. And these are plants which are supplying power to variable loads or peak loads are said to be peak load plants. We will discuss more elaborately about base load, peak loads in our Unit 2 Hydro Generation chapter. These are the broad classification of power plants. In the next lecture, we will learn about layout of thermal power plant. Thank you everyone.